How to finish the year on a high. Hi, it's Dr. Michael Lee here, founder of the Private Practice Mastery. Thank you so much for joining me today, because the answer may actually surprise you, because you're probably thinking, you know, we're December now, we should be winding down, we should be into Christmas, we should be get ready to party in that, but actually you should be speeding up, because guess what happens? Over the Christmas period, over the New Year, guess what happens to your patients? They start to drop off. And do you know why they start dropping off? It's because they're in the mindset that actually, oh yeah, I can just go on my jollies and I can come back straight after. But what tends to happen is this. They go on their festive events, they're going to eat lots, they're not going to do much exercise, and probably they're going to feel a bit guilty. And when they feel guilty, guess what they do? They go think, oh, you know, I saw my clinician, and you know, I don't want to go back yet, not if they see me this way. Because this is what actually happens. When patients get a certain emotion, right, then they actually create the failure. If it's a bad emotion, it creates failure. If it's a good emotion, it creates success. And this is the thing what tends to happen with so many patients, is that if you allow them, I'm saying it's you, as the practice owner, and your clinicians, if you allow them to drop off, you have created failure for them. Because guess what? When it comes down to looking after your health, is this something that you can just pick up and put down when you want? Oh, I feel like looking at my health today. Oh, I don't feel like looking at my health today. Oh, maybe because health is important to me, I'm actually going to look after it every single day of my life because I know I value it. And because if I have a bad health, nothing works. Everything fails in terms of relationships, in terms of businesses, in terms of your wealth, in terms of your health. Everything that you have will fail because your health has failed. Wow, that was a rant, wasn't it? But I really hope that you can see my point here. As a business owner, as a practice owner, if they trust you and they understand why you need to see them during the festive period, that they don't take 2, 3, 4 weeks off, then as long as they understand why, because remember, they're seeing you because they need you. If they didn't need you, guess what? They'll be on their own. But ultimately, I ask you this question. Are patients better with you or better without you? Simple question, right? Of course, they're better with you. That's why when you see the biggest athletes in the world, the professional athletes, guess what? They don't have a team of 0. They have a team of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some even a team of 50 to 100 to look after their body so it's in peak condition so that they perform at its best. I'm not saying your patient needs a team of 100, but at least if they have a team of 1, they have someone that's accountable to and that they can keep them moving forward. And that's your job, your responsibility, your obligation as a practice owner. That yes, you ought to keep helping them, because you know, if you don't, not only would they feel that you've left them on their own because you didn't reach out to them again, because you didn't encourage them to come back, then of course your relationship breaks down. What will happen is this. If you maintain them and they understand it, they'll love you more for it in the long term, because they see that you value, you have more, sometimes you may even have more passion for their health than what they have for themselves. And that's okay. Because that when that happens, because then that just means that you understand more about the human body than they do. And that's the reason why they're seeing you. So I cannot stress enough, it is a great thing that you finish the year on a high. And the only way you can actually finish on a high is you need to push even harder to maintain all of your patients, current patients, and say, look, we're going to maintain you through the Christmas, because this is what happens at Christmas. You eat lots. You don't exercise. You drink lots. You probably go and do a few bad habits. Even if you do those things, but I still maintain you, at least when you come back through the new year, you're not rock bottom, but at least we can still maintain you. You can still do the things that you love doing. Is that a good idea? And of course I can say it's a great idea, because they know they can't do it by themselves. But ultimately, to finish on a high is this. You should be preparing all of your previous patients and getting new patients for the new year, because you know everyone has this motivation to, yes, I want to go and do great things. I want to look after, I want to lose weight, I want to get strong, all those things. But they need help. And if you're not there to help them, guess what? They're going to go to the next practice. The next practice that's already marketing, because this is what happens when it comes down to marketing. I'm not saying marketing is a bad thing, because you got to think, look, every single person on this planet is being marketed to probably every single hour of the day, as long as they're awake. Because if you're in contact with people, you've been marketed to, whether it's an opinion, whether it's a sale, a purchase, a service, a product. As long as there's people, you're being marketed to. I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm saying there are some people that will market rubbish to you, but there are some people that will market things that will benefit you. Connect with the people that will serve you well. And that's the thing, that if you're going to serve your patients well, because you just want the best for them in their health, their body, right? You have to market to them, because if you don't market to them, you're actually saying, I'm not important enough to help you. That's why I'm not going to market to them. You actually rob them of the opportunities to get better. But make sure it's you, because if you understand that you've got a specialism in your practice, that you know, I do this really well, and that's why I need to help these people, because if I don't market myself, they will suffer. Do not rob them of that opportunity to improve themselves. So you should be marketing. You should be thinking of, what is my new campaign that I can actually help the next people who will be struggling in the new year? What is my next campaign for my current patients that I haven't seen for a long time for the new year? Because one of the things is, yes, the greatest difficulty in practices is this. If you don't have enough patients, you have no income. You have no income, you have no business. You have no business, you might as well give up. There's no point, but you have to always remember the reason why you actually started the practice in the first place, because you have a passion. It wasn't a passion for money, by the way. I say, yeah, money is secondary. Money will come anyway. But the passion is that you wanted to help people in the way that you deliver your service. And it's unique to you, because I'm telling you now, as a practice owner or as a clinician, you might be doing both. There's no one that practices just like you. There's nobody that does it exactly like you, but you will know that I've done it so well over the years, and I want to bring up my own clinicians to do it how I do it. Then I know they get a guaranteed outcome, a guaranteed positive outcome. And if you're at that stage, great, because then you have to market. You have to improve your communities, your cities, your country, if not the world, with whatever you're doing. But remember, it always starts with one person. And that could be you. It could be you, that's the person that actually I want to give what I know to the world, because no one else is doing it. So someone's got to do it. Gifts. But the fact of the matter is that you could have the greatest gift or the greatest service or you might be the greatest thing since sliced bread. But if you're hidden underneath a rock, it makes no difference. This is why I always use the example when it comes down to marketing. And if you think about hamburgers, McDonald's does not create the best hamburgers in the world, but they definitely sell the most. The reason why is because they market more than anyone else. But I don't want you to be, I'll go and market a rubbish product. I want you to market the best product and service, which is you. And if you can do that, you'll be making a difference in this world, in your communities, in your cities, in people's lives. So if you have that passion, and I have that mission to help more people, this is why I teach it. I want you to make sure that you are marketing ethically, morally, but ultimately having their best interest at heart. But that's how you're going to finish the year on a high, because your goal for the end of the year should be, can I help more people with this X problem? If you can do that, you have the right mindset, because you're going to be pushing and pushing and pushing, because you know it's going to make people's lives better. They're going to have a better Christmas, and they're going to come back stronger and ready for the new year as well. So I hope that you found this live actually helpful, whether you're checking in on YouTube, whether on Facebook, Instagram, or even X. Thank you so much for being here. Got any questions, put them into the chat. If you want a call in terms of with one of our advisors, because yes, we are here to help practices grow and scale their practices from at least £10,000, dollars, euros a month. We have a worldwide amount of clienteles, but if you are at a minimum of 10,000, we can help you scale to 6 to 7 figures every single year. But we need to know if you have, we call it, if we're the right fit, because we might not be the ones that connect well enough. You might think, actually, Michael's is too nice to me, or whatever it may be. But advisors will give you a call to find out how we can serve you and make sure you can scale to your next level, because at the end of the day, we only use money as an indicator of how many people you're serving. Because what we really hope from all of our practice owners is that they recycle the money into the business to then help even more. Because that's what we call it, ethical private practices. And that's what we want to create, ethical private practices, so that you can keep helping people. I'm not saying you're going to be poor, but I'm saying you're going to be really as comfortable as you need to be, but you still have that mission of helping more people. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you need help with anything like that, let me know. And I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday as we continue to crush the last month of this year. Have a great week. See you next Tuesday. Bye for now.